Hey everybody, this is Julian. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my home here in Santa Monica, California, and welcome to July's Pot of Fame. It is officially August. It is August 2nd closing in, and I am finally able to sit down and share with you a handful of plants that did well for the month of July. And there's been a lot of activity, a lot of growth in the collection, so this is a very fun time for me where I get to sit down once a month and share with you a handful of plants that I would like to spotlight that is doing really great here in Santa Monica, California. If you love my Pot of Fame series, you can go ahead and check out all of my episodes on the main homepage of the channel. You will see a bunch of different things that I like to highlight every month or every quarter, and you can enjoy the past, well, I've been doing this for over 1 year, every month highlighting a bunch of babies on my very fun monthly series. So without further ado, let's get started. It is 7 p.m. and the sun is slowly setting. And it's just been really nice for me to be home with the collection for 9 days in between 2 Las Vegas trips. I'm very fortunate to live in a place where my plants can be where they're at all year long and not have to move them and switch them up for different seasons. So it's very plant friendly weather, not to mention every friendly weather. The first baby I do want to highlight is living out here in my patio, and I recently planted this up in a ceramic planter. It lived in the collection for a while in a nursery planter. I just didn't want to disturb it, and I finally moved it into its new home, and it's living in a shaded part of my patio right alongside the wall here. And I think it's a combination of where I have it styled and the amount of light it's getting. It's just the perfect place for my string of turtles. This is a very rare plant, or if I do come across it, it's very expensive. So this is what my mother plant looks like. If there is any fallouts, I would just stick it in the planter to fill it up. But this is a very easy propagator, but I definitely don't want to touch mine, and I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Sound off in the comments down below if you have this string of turtles. Do you find it to be a rare plant? And also, if you have the plant, do you find it to be a very easy plant to? Sticking on the theme of peperomias, this one is living in my bathroom doing really well. This is my repurchased Amigo Marcelo, doing very good. As you can see, tons of new growth on the top. My original one, I'm not too sure what happened, but it died. I repurchased it. I found this one in Santa Barbara, I want to say 6 months ago maybe. I've had this in my collection, and so far it's loving life. I have it in a ceramic planter that I think I got from the 99-cent store a while ago, but just a fun plant. Another fun bathroom plant, for whatever reason, this variegated pothos is doing really well. This was part of a trade of mine with my subscriber. Sound off in the comments down below if you have the Manjula and do you find it to be very easy to raise. Both of my Marble Queen pothos and my Pothos Enjoy is living in semi-hydro in Leca. It does well in that environment, but for whatever reason, this variegated pothos is doing super good in the bathroom. And as you can see here, this leaf here and this leaf here is new, and right here in the center it is unfurling a new leaf. So that makes me happy that this plant is putting off some new growth for me. Here's another leaf here too that is new. Sound off in the comments down below if you have an easy time with variegated pothos or philodendrons, or do you find them to be on a more difficult side to raise. But for whatever reason, this particular variegated baby is doing really good in soil, so I'm just gonna leave it as is, and if it does start giving me drama, then I'm gonna switch it over to semi-hydro and Leca. Living close nearby in the bathroom is this beautiful philodendron. I believe I got it a year ago. I don't think it's even identified either, so sound off in the comments down below if you know what philodendron this is. This was one of my birthday plants from, I want to say, a year ago. It's doing really good, and as you see here, it shooted off this beautiful new leaf here on the top, and then I just staked it up yesterday on a little bamboo stake. I'm probably gonna make a little moss pole for it in the future. But take a look, it's grown so much since I unboxed it. So very happy to see this update and be able to share it on a Pot of Fame. So that was a very fun thing to come home to this past trip and see. I'm gonna stick with the bathroom plant theme here. I have one more birthday philodendron doing super good. Take a look at this beautiful new leaf. I think every single philodendron in my bathroom is growing and putting out new leaves, which I think is very fun to see, especially with the humidifier. I don't know if it has anything to do with the humidifier because my bathroom already trends at about 68 to 70% humidity without the humidifier on. I know I do make decisions for the bathroom plants. They're specifically in there because they like the humidity. So I'm very lucky that I have a bathroom that can house a lot of plants. And if you haven't watched my bathroom plant tour along with the rest of the collection, go ahead and check it out. And I am gearing up to plant up all of the rest of my plant babies. I would like to try to maybe start filming my plant tours when I'm back from Las Vegas next week for summer. So stay tuned. Sticking on the theme of houseplants, I have a Sigonium that is living by my fountain here outside. And I think I want to say majority of my Sigoniums live by the fountain. Doing really good. If you can see here, a lot of new growth. Here's a new leaf unfurling here, and there's some cute little growth. Let's see if the camera can pick it up here in the center. Take a look at that. How cute. And then look at this, how special this is. I just love the pink in it. So cute. So a lot of fun new growth on this Sigonium, but Sigoniums are hit and miss with me. Sometimes they do really well and then sometimes they stress me out, but for whatever reason this particular Sigonium is doing really good, and I had this one for several years. I like the pink in it. Now let me bring up a ficus here. Here's my beautiful ficus that I absolutely love and adore. This is the plant that is living on my dining table. As you can see, tons of new growth, lots of new growth, and I found the perfect kind of rotation of where it should live in my space. When I am home, it lives on my dining table, and when I'm away, it lives in my bathroom, in my shower, and it loves living in there when I'm away. And I came back from Las Vegas with all of this new growth like everywhere. Like, how fun is this to see? And let me tell you this particular plant, if I don't water it in a couple of days, it'll start losing all of the leaves and it'll look like just a bare branch. It's so sad looking. But now that I know that it likes living in my shower while I'm away traveling, this is what I'm gonna do from now on. So stay tuned. I'm kind of interested to see where else is there gonna be popping up new growth. Like I see some here. So I definitely don't wanna trim any section of this plant because it starts popping up new leaves in the most randomest places. So I hate to like prune it when I know there's a possibility of some beautiful new leaves to pop up and surprise me while I come back from being away from the collection for a handful of days. So that's a very fun update. I'm actually very satisfied. I'm very happy about that one, to be able to figure out what it likes, and I've never seen it this full, so that's a very big milestone for the collection. Now moving on to a little bit more hardier plant. This is my Rhipsalis here, which is so interesting to see the growth and progress. As you see, lots and lots of progress here on this plant baby. And it's only given me all this growth since I placed it on the succulent shelf here in the patio. I think originally maybe it might have been on my DIY plant shelf in the studio, and then one day I decided to bring it out. I don't know if it was for the spring tour, and ever since I moved it to the patio on that shelf, as you see, all new growth. And I'm trying to figure out where I got this one. It was either maybe from Ventura or at my local plant show, maybe over a year or so. But I love the results, and this is a very easy propagator. So sound off in the comments if you enjoy propagating Rhipsalises. Do you find them to be easy growers, non-fussy? This plant is very near and dear to my heart, my Rhipsalis collection, and I don't mind taking a few cuttings from this plant because I have the same exact plant in my studio, so I have two of them. I will do that. So if you guys are interested in Rhipsalis cuttings, reach out to me. I know I've taken from many of my Rhipsalises in my collection and I don't have any problems with that. I have a few more plants that I want to wrap up today's video. Here is my third string of hearts. This one was purchased from Las Vegas, and if you look really closely, there is lots of new growth on here. I'm so actually satisfied with the progress, and it lives on my door hook on the way going to the bathroom, and it loves living life there. So that's pretty interesting. I rotated between the left side of my door hooks and then all the way in my bathroom, so it just kind of bounces around on the door hooks. And as you see, there's lots of new growth here. I do have 3 different varieties, and I love collecting string of hearts. I think they're very fun and easy to grow in the space. This one has not flowered on me, I don't think so. I don't see any flowering, so we'll see when it starts flowering on me. But the one in my bathroom and my variegated string of hearts is also doing well, but I don't think I've highlighted this particular string of hearts, so I wanted to have it in today's video. My beautiful alocasia, it is so huge, and I have to bring it up because as you see, there's tons of new growth, all these baby leaves. I mean, this thing is such a giving plant, and I want to say it's because of where it's living. This thing is living right next to my fountain, and as you can see, it is so happy. There's tons and tons of new growth popping out everywhere, so I'm definitely not mad at this plant. I know when I originally planted up in this planter, I was really afraid of putting it in here because it was such a tight fit. So eventually in time, I would like to give it a new home when I do planter shop for George. This would be one that I would want to get a planter for, but for now it's doing good. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 new leaves unfurling. So if you're looking for an alocasia, I recommend one that's not variegated if you don't want to stress out, because the ones in my bathrooms that are variegated, some of them reverted back to green, and then one of them finally gave me a variegated leaf. I think out of all of the alocasias, this one might be the most non-dramatic alocasia. So if you're in the market for looking for one, the elephant ear type is going to be your best bet versus a variegated one. That's just my opinion. Sound off in the comments down below if you agree. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up Pot of Fame with, look at that, my multiflora finally opened up its 2 blooms here. I do have, take a look at that, 1 more set here and here. So I am going to be taking these and I'm going to be preserving it, and then I'm going to make some resin art with it. But that is going to wrap up today's Pot of Fame. The sun is slowly setting. I'm going to turn on my patio lights. What do you guys think about my July Pot of Fame babies? Do you have any of the plants? Do you find them to be on the rare side, or do you find them to be common and easy to grow, or dramatic to grow and you stay away from them? I would love to know. Sound off in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed my monthly series on the channel. I can't believe that my channel is over 800 videos strong. So if you're new, there's hundreds of videos between the main channel with over 800 videos and the vlog channel with over 200 videos, and me giving you a daily upload between both channels. There's tons of inspiration and motivation for you between both of my channels. So stick around, subscribe if you're new. I do a daily video Monday to Thursday, and on the vlog channel Friday to Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow. Until next time, aloha from Santa Monica, California. Bye.